For the most part, Dallas is becoming an apartment city. During the past 6 or 7 years, apartment complexes have sprung up almost as fast as weeds after a spring rain. But even with all the complexes, few families can find a place that wants them, because most complexes prefer singles and young couples without children.
Well, I do know that there's a lot of families that have come to me that have told me that they've had problems finding apartments that do take children. They will go to a complex and ask if an apartment is available, and they'll say, how many is in your family? And they'll say 3, and they say, how many children do you have? And they'll say 1, and they'll say, I'm sorry, we don't take children. Our complex does take children. I feel that complexes that won't take children, or at least don't have a specific area designated for families, I believe it is a form of discrimination.
And if it is a form of discrimination, then what about a city ordinance similar to the one passed in San Francisco?
I feel that this represents an area where we wouldn't want government intervention, in particular, that apartment managers probably should have the right to choose the lifestyle of their tenants without regard for sex or race. But family size, I think that's something that they should determine on their own.
Rincher says he gets few complaints from families who have been turned away from apartment complexes, and he says those complaints usually are an afterthought. The Dallas City Council has never really discussed the matter. But it still remains that the number of apartment complexes in Dallas that accept families are limited. Families just don't have the options available to singles and young childless couples. Families and apartment complexes may not be that incompatible. A family oftentimes lends stability to the complex, whereas with young couples and singles, there's always that urge to roam. Kay Vinson, Channel 8 News.